Okay, that's enough of the transition music. This is WCSS 1490 in Amsterdam, New York, and this is the show with no name. Hey, wait a minute. Look, I see we got a theme song on the right up here. Hey, maybe we're set here. Let's try this. Oh. How come I'm not hearing it? Because it's not in this channel? There we are. I'm on the wrong channel. All right, okay. We're like a real radio show now. All right, I'm Bob Going with Gavin Murdoch and Jim Nicosia someplace. Jim will wander in a moment. Those of you watching on the video, you'll see Jim wandering in any moment now. We have special guest contributing editor Phillip Tambasco, who's mostly been goofing off all summer because we haven't seen you since school got out pretty much, right?
Well, I've been here once.
Huh? Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't forget the microphone.
All right.
Oh, let me put it.
Am I on?
Okay, now you're on.
Okay.
All right. All righty. All right, and Jim's here. All right, good. We're all set. Now we can do something interesting and controversial. Phillip, what's the subject this week? The subject is baseball.
Oh. Okay.
Now what is this game you posted from 19? You said 1950. Dave Collins says it was 1951.
It was 51.
It was 51. You've confirmed this?
Yeah.
So your grandfather was mistaken when he?
No. Either I was mistaken or
you don't. You're not going to blame Vito.
No.
Okay. He was in that game.
Yeah.
And which side was he on?
He was on what they call the All-Star team.
He was on the All-Star team.
Yeah.
What position did he play?
I don't know.
Now the thing that
I forgot to ask.
It's actually it should be in the.
It's probably on there.
Yeah, it should be in the box score. Now the thing that amazed me about that, I couldn't believe, but it turns out was true. The pitcher for the All-Stars against the AHS seniors, I guess, or the AHS varsity or whoever that was. The pitcher for the All-Stars was Hal Schumacher. You know who Hal Schumacher was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was he?
He was a baseball player.
Yeah, he was a baseball player playing baseball. Now, Hal Schumacher played in, I think, 3 or 4 World Series during the 1930s with the New York Giants. He was the second best pitcher on the New York Giants, played in a couple All-Star games, maybe 3 All-Star games. He was big stuff. He retired from Major League Baseball in '46. So in 1951, he's hardly
a young man.
Yeah, but he's also hardly over the hill. I mean, he's for playing a pickup game in Amsterdam, New York, even a 3-inning game. You get Hal Schumacher to come in. It'd be like bringing Roger Clemens in or something like that today. Now, even Clemens is older than Schumacher was in 1951. The other significant thing about that game is I was born the next day.
Were you?
Just after midnight, actually. I'd like to tell you that my parents were at the game, and then
the excitement get help.
The excitement.
Pushed down and gave birth.
Yeah, but that's not what happened. No.
Yeah.
I doubt they even knew the game was on. To tell you the truth. All right. The other thing is this week is the 59th anniversary of the Babe Ruth state championship that took place at Mohawk Mills Park in 1955.
And one Hall of Famer played in that tournament.
That's right. And he was very significant. Well,
and Phil knows who he is now, right?
I do. Oh yeah.
Didn't we do this the last time, Carl Yastrzemski?
Yeah.
Okay. You asked him who he was, and he said,
number 8.
Yeah.
But not only, I've been looking a little bit more into it because all these papers I find in the attic when I'm cleaning out. And years ago, Bill Case gave me photocopies of his collection. Bill Case hung around the ballpark. He was a kid. And they made him bat boy for the Long Island team. And they kind of adopted him for the five days of this Babe Ruth championship. These kids were like 15 years old, all right, the Babe Ruth. Dave Gusty was pitching in the championship game for the other team.
Well, he did.
Yeah. which I didn't notice until I started. Wait a minute.
Now, do you know who Dave Gusty is?
I do.
I asked
Do
the
I?
question.
No.
Do you know who he
No.
is?
Why am I supposed to? No.
Well,
Well, he was a
Could be.
pretty darn good pitcher.
pitched for Houston
Yeah,
and Cincinnati.
Or Pittsburgh.
I think it was Cincinnati.
I think it was Pittsburgh, and he lost to they lost to Cincinnati because Pittsburgh had won a couple of years in a row, and then the Big Red Machine took over, and it was his fault.
It was his fault.
He didn't get the final out, and they lost the division. Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of famous baseball players have come through Amsterdam.
Yeah.
A lot of major leaguers.
But just think about that. Now, when the final was between a team from the Syracuse area and the team from Eastern Long Island, and the Eastern Long Island team, the head coach was Carl Yastrzemski Sr., potato farmer from Suffolk County, and the team from Syracuse. In the opening game, each of them, I forget whether it was double elimination or what. I'm not sure I know. But in any event, in each opening game of the 5 days, the pitchers pitched a one-hitter. Gusty for the Syracuse team, and Yastrzemski was pitching for the Long Island team. Now the rest of the week, Yastrzemski was playing shortstop. He became, by the way, one of the greatest left fielders of all time.
Okay.
He had one of the greatest arms in the major leagues.
Yeah. So anyway, at the age of 15, he must have batted close to 500 for this series. It was on the days he pitched, he was only like 1 for 3, but the other days he was 3 for 4 or 2 for 4 every game. Hit 2 home runs as a shortstop. Numerous doubles. He's I think number 6 all time in doubles in the major leagues. So he made a name for himself.
Okay.
I mean, everybody noticed Carl Yastrzemski, and I guess a lot of people noticed Gusty too. So here's 2 guys who end up both in the major leagues playing in Amsterdam in a 15-year-old league. Amazing. So there we go. Yastrzemski also pitched against Gusty in the championship game and beat him. Yeah. So there you go.
Now you know.
Now I know.
The rest of the story.
Now, here's the interesting thing now. Next year will be the 60th anniversary of that series. And I think it would be great to invite these guys back to Amsterdam 60 years later and, throw out a first pitch of the Mohawks game or something like that, because there's like 5 days that they played here.
Sure.
There's bound to be a Mohawks home game during that time. And and it also corresponds with Hall of Fame weekend. So you ought to be able to catch Yastrzemski coming or going from Cooperstown.
He wasn't there this weekend.
Well, he's not always there, but sometimes he's there.
They had 50 Hall of Famers there, but he was not one of them.
Well, but he comes sometimes. And if you invite him for this, he might go to Cooperstown as well.
Kill two stones with one bird.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. And if he can't come, maybe Gusty will come.
That'd be great. With your connections with the Boston Red Sox,
oh, sure.
I bet you could get a pipeline to that. You can work on it.
I'll bet you my brother Sean is taking a selfie with Carl Yastrzemski just even as we speak. Yeah.
He could work right on it now.
Yeah.
It'd be a great thing.
Wouldn't that be terrific?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're nominated to do
Well,
work on this project.
No. I nominate Brian to get to work on this project because he actually gets things done. I just talk. Yeah. So Brian Spagnola, if you're listening, next year, you want those famous pitchers, Carl Yastrzemski and Dave Gusty, to show up at now Shuttleworth Park and relive the glories of their youth when they were 15 years old.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah. Also, I learned from Benji Isabel, cousin of Joey here, Benji tells me that also on Carl Yastrzemski's team was a kid named Smith. Well, naturally, there's probably Smith on every team in every game. This Smith was the son of Buffalo Bob Smith.
Of Howdy Doody fame?
Yes, Howdy Doody was the biggest show on television in 1955.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Buffalo Bob was the host of the show, and his son was playing on the same team with Carl Yastrzemski.
Oh, wow.
Now,
I wonder if Clara Bell came.
So I say, well,
Or Phineas T. Bob. Or Mr. Bluster.
the first Clarabelle the Clown, the very first Clarabelle the Clown, has been in Amsterdam
Oh, really?
on another occasion.
Yeah. As Captain Kangaroo?
As the father, as Captain had been Captain Kangaroo, but as the father of the groom in a wedding in St. Michael's Church.
Really?
And Mr. Green Jeans was there as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as Mr. Green Jeans, but as the real guy.
Yeah.
You don't have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, I
do
do.
you?
A
You
little
do?
bit.
Captain Kangaroo, you're cool with Captain Kangaroo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howdy Doody, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Bunny Rabbit and Mr.
Moose.
Clock.
Oh, and Grandfather
And
Clock.
Grandfather Clock.
And Mr. Moose. Yeah.
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 No, not on that one.
No. No. Oh, Captain Kangaroo.
Well, got
But
it.
yeah, a lot of stuff came through Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm so old, I remember when Captain Kangaroo premiered. I saw the first episode of Captain Kangaroo.
You did?
Yeah. We used to watch Howdy Doody. It was the only... The TV day didn't start until Howdy Doody came.
What time was it, Bob?
Howdy Doody time.
That's right.
It's Howdy Doody time. It's Howdy Doody time. Whatever.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the TV day started. Until then, you got
Test pattern.
Test pattern. And Jim used to adjust those because he was an electronics whiz. But you had so many controls on the TV, you know, that they put the test pattern up so you could sharpen the picture and keep it from rolling and all that
Yeah.
stuff, which happened on a regular basis. Amazing what we had to do to watch television in those days. And you had to. You had to stretch your arm around the back to control the knobs, or you would have somebody hold a mirror out front so you could see what you were doing to adjust the television. That's how it worked.
Yeah.
All the controls were in the back, but
Now he goes like this to his finger.
Yeah.
He fixes it.
just do the thing with the thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
These kids got it so easy. So,
anyway,
Philip, how come you're here?
How come I'm here?
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
'Cause he
have any-
invited himself.
I don't have any school. I mean, there's nothing to do.
Nothing to do. No, hang out with us. All right, we're going to ask you a couple of the same questions we always ask you.
Oh, boy.
Number one, what's been the question you've asked that's gotten the most comments?
Recently? Let me see. Well, the one yesterday was pretty good.
What was the question yesterday?
The one about the baseball game.
Okay.
Yeah, we heard from a lot of people who had relatives. That
Oh
were
yeah,
playing in
I
there.
did not suspect that
Yeah.
at all.
No-do, and no-do.
That was a great find. Where did you come across that?
Actually, I was at a family party and my grandfather took it out of his wallet and showed me, so I took
Out
a
of his
picture
wallet?
it. Out of his wallet. Yeah, he kept it on him.
All these years?
Oh yeah.
It
So
was a 3-inning game.
hey, it was used for something, right?
Yeah, wow.
So I just took a picture of it and put it on, and
Did he get a hit or?
oh yeah, I don't know. Did he?
He doesn't remember the box score, he just remembers the question.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So he just whips this out of his wallet. This box score from the recorder from 1951, before I was born, and I've been collecting my retirement for 4 years.
Well,
You got to ask him where he got his nickname from.
I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
What's his nickname?
Chippo.
I feel like he told me though at one time.
Oh, he did?
Well, because there wasn't there like a lot
Jippo?
of vetoes down in
I
the.
don't know. I don't know. why
Maybe.
they-
I don't know. Well, I'll figure it out.
This isn't a stump Phillip. This is he really doesn't know.
Oh, I thought it was a stump question.
We don't try to stump you, Phillip.
Yeah.
Unlike you trying to stump everybody in the world. Oh, what the one you got today is it the train station?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What happened? How did you word that? What happened in 1899 to improve
A look like an attractive.
make the entrance to Amsterdam more attractive? And it was the answer is a new train station. I think there's more to it than
Oh,
that.
there probably is.
I think the more to it is, I thought the old station burned down. Isn't that what happened? They had to replace it.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was a picture somebody posted within the last year and it was very confusing looking at the picture because nothing looked right because it was pre-1899.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing that didn't look right is that the train station was on the north side of the tracks.
Well, that's different.
Now you look over to the left and you can see the Daily Democrat building,
'cause you're
which
looking-
makes sense.
It's north.
But the train station's on the wrong side of the tracks, and the background, everything looked different.
So they didn't have the underground passageway in the
No.
original train station. That was put in when they put it on the south side of the track.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. But it was basically in the same spot, just on the opposite side of the tracks. I don't know why.
Who knew?
Maybe they were, still using the old one until the new one was finished. I don't know. Even if it was half burned to the ground.
That's all right.
I don't know. Things were different in the old days.
I can remember.
Move the tracks.
They didn't move the tracks. They moved the tracks later, but they didn't move them then.
I can remember in the mid-'50s, we'd take my mother down to church, and because I was too young to behave in church, my dad would take me down to the train station. I'd sit down on the milk wagons and watch and wait for the pig cars to go by on the train. Pig cars. Pigs.
Really?
Yeah.
On their way to
New York. They're going east.
to Bacon?
Yeah, maybe. But yeah. Yeah, we go down every Sunday.
Every Sunday the pig cars would go by.
Yeah, that's what we went down for.
Yeah.
They never stopped. They kept on going, but they went by.
Wow.
Yeah.
And not long after that, you became an altar boy.
That's right. I learned to behave in church.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a call there, Bob.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Oh, let's try this. This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Yes, how you doing, Robert? Well, Jimmy, everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you want to ask me where I am? I'm down here.
We know
I'm
who
here.
you are.
Where?
I'm here in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah. So what's going on down there?
Oh God, it's not that bad. It's a lot of shootings going on down. Not by my house, but down the road there is. Oh, Bob, I want to ask about the house, and I was up to saying about that before. So about these retirees and all that stuff. Is that okay to say it or no?
Yeah, sure. You can talk about the retirees. What the heck? We're all retirees here, except for Phillip.
I mean, I had nothing against people getting benefits, Bob. But there's got to be like I was just telling Sam, there's got to be a limit to this stuff,
Yeah.
As I said, we got our former mayor back in the past. The Duke there, he gets money from the supervisors, and his wife's big social worker to Wilkinson. So why is he involved with that for?
Listen, I don't have the answers to everything.
Well, I'm just saying. I feel bad for these poor people up in Amsterdam has to pay these freaking taxes. So.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean,
it's okay to. It's okay to get something, but don't take advantage of the system. Of course, they'll probably get some crooked judge going to rule their favor. So.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Bob. Thank you. Bye.
All right, pal. Bye-bye. All right. Again, we have one of our callers from outside the area because we are available on WCSS1490.com. So anybody with access to Wi-Fi or DirectFi can pick us up. Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Smartphones, people can...
Smartphones.
Yeah. It's an incredible thing. What about smartphones? Gavin, did something happen? You got a story?
Well, I went to take my son up to GameStop to procure a game this past week. And there's a sign in that little plaza that says, "Free phones, you're entitled." Okay? All right? Big orange sign. Free phone, you're entitled. Okay?
I bet it said YOUR too.
So it's just
yeah.
So did you get one?
No, because I don't believe I'm entitled to anything.
Oh, well.
At least my wife says I'm not.
Wow.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, I wanted to talk to Philip about something else he posted. So it wasn't the game. It wasn't the railroad station. What'd you have the day before? It was.
I don't remember.
It was a long time ago for him.
Yeah. It was.
I lose track of stuff every day.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Sunday.
So how many train stations has Amsterdam had?
What was it, 3, right?
Probably.
I think.
Well, 2.5. I mean,
Well, you don't want to count the one we've been using for the last 40 years?
I
as a
never
real
counted
train
that
station?
one.
Huh?
I never counted that one.
you haven't counted
Before then, I guess.
Before then.
Yeah.
Well, we had probably one of the very earliest train stations because the first train route in the country was Albany to Schenectady, and then after that it extended out to Utica. So we were on the path pretty early on.
Is that where the Tom Thumb ran?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
You know what the Tom Thumb was, right?
Train, right?
The first steam engine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't, yeah.
You just forgot.
Yeah. And it was like a stagecoach cars.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Judge Going, how are you today?
We're very well, thank you.
Yeah, I fell down a couple minutes ago. You made a statement. You don't have the answers to everything.
You know why? Because I didn't understand the question.
I didn't either. Hey, but I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
I've been wondering this for a long time about a few things. And you got quite a diverse group down there today. You ought to be able to come up with the answers.
Yeah.
Here's question number 1. You know the TV show, The Partridge Family?
Sure.
Well, they would always show the Partridge Family at the end of the show singing one of their hit songs.
Yeah.
And I don't know if those are the people who made the recordings or not. Did the actual Partridge Family, meaning Susan Day and who played the mother? I forgot.
Well, Shirley Jones.
Shirley. Did they actually do the recording to get on the top 40 radio? I know David Cassidy did, but
well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was this and that. I think certainly Shirley Jones and David Cassidy would have been. They were both performers and singing performers in their own right. I suspect the rest was faked. I'm not positive, but I think so.
The guy who plays the drums, they're not even in the right beat, you know? You hear violins during the song, and I'm looking around for the violins on the TV show, and I don't see them.
Well, it might have been the electronic keyboard faking the violin. Of course, they probably didn't have that at the time. But there were a lot of shows like that were out there. The Monkees started it, I think.
Yeah, but they sang their material, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Not initially, they didn't. They had a studio band did the initial recordings, and then one of their issues they had with the program was that they weren't going to be allowed to do their own recordings, and eventually they got that corrected and straightened out for them.
Yeah.
I get a kick out of it, though, because I never watched the Partridge Family when I was a kid. And they're on the weekends on, I don't know, one of the programs, Antenna TV or something like that. And I get a kick in the end just because, they're so far out of beat and so far out of, sync with the song that I just wondering who sang it.
Yeah.
Got a question number 2.
Yeah.
Can you name some of the most conservative states in the nation? Meaning, no abortion, against gay marriage, gun rights, things like that. What are some of the most conservative states?
Well, I think you draw a line about 20 miles in from the East Coast and 20 miles in from the West Coast, and you got the rest of the country. With the elimination of Chicago and St. Louis and a couple other big cities in between, Denver.
So western states, Colorado, Arizona.
Yeah, Colorado is one of those mixed states because the rich liberals go out there and ruin the state. They want to be the last ones there. It's one of the great ironies, I think, that the people who want to tear down the country the most, meaning our left-wingers, have picked all the best places in the country for themselves to live. San Francisco and New York. They're really, the New York suburbs and the California suburbs. Yeah.
Are there any states that are anti-abortion right now?
Oh, I would guess most of them actually, but the Supreme Court ruling affected every state. There are some states where I think Mississippi no longer has a single abortion clinic in it, which doesn't mean it's illegal. It's just they don't have any. Yeah.
Okay, two quick questions. I missed a weather report. Do you know what it's supposed to be like today?
I do not.
Sunny early and dark later on.
No, not here in Tennessee.
Oh, it's getting dark later there than it does here.
Later than here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, because you guys, Tennessee is a different time zone than we are.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish up with the last question. It's 10:30 today. I'm going to break for lunch a little early. I feel like having either a pizza or Italian, and I'm going to hang up. Can you recommend anywhere I can go in the area for a good Italian food or a pizza?
Yeah,
Thanks,
all right.
Bob. Good show.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Well, that's a good question.
Italian food. You know where I'd pick?
What's that?
I'd pick Tony Sentai's Crystal on Forest. That'd be my first pick.
And if you're going for lunch, you get one of those salads, and you'll be done about this time tomorrow.
Oh.
So it can be lunch for today and tomorrow because you'll still be eating it. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, Crystal on Forest.
Crystal on Forest. That sounds good. By the way, this is WCSS 1490 in Amsterdam, New York. Thank you, caller, for reminding us it was time to do a station break as well. Yeah, I think Crystal on Forest.
Yeah, and you can get dessert there. Nice. You can get, 48 flavors of ice cream? 24?
24 flavors.
24 flavors of ice cream.
Yeah.
Big sign up there in front.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're good, too. Hey, no, don't point to me the telephone. We're doing a commercial.
I've only had 2 of the flavors up there so far, though.
What, vanilla and chocolate?
Chocolate and vanilla.
All right. Did you twist them? Or?
Yes, they're twisted, yeah.
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 What about you, Philip? You been down there yet to Crystal?
I had the coffee flavor.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah? How is that?
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. I had the blueberry, and Tony told me the other night he does this banana milkshake with the banana
With the
flavored
skin
ice
on?
cream. And he throws banana in it, real banana in it, and makes it. I said, you'd make one of those for me? He said, you bet I would. I said, you'd make them for anybody, wouldn't you, Tony? He says, that's right. I keep thinking I'm special when I go in there, and he just treats everybody special.
That's right. He does.
Now, the interesting thing is, I get this blueberry ice cream, and we get it at night. I think we come from a ball game, and he's got these yellow lights outside. And they hand me the ice cream. It looks like it's vanilla. And I eat it. It's blueberry. It's definitely blueberry. It's got the flavor, but it looks white. So I said, let's go inside. So we go and sit down. All of a sudden, it turns blue.
Yellow light.
It's crazy. The crazy lights.
Oh.
So if you're not sure what you're getting, just put it under some white light, and you'll be pleased. The ice cream is terrific. Certainly, the Italian food is terrific because. Tony and his family have been in the business for 75, 80 years, maybe more. I forget. It was before my time.
Correct.
It was back when your father and your uncle and your grandfather were hanging out there after the soccer games. All right.
Yeah.
All right?
That would have been just about right.
That's about right, yes.
Right.
That's right. Back when old Tony owned the place.
That's right.
That's right. Now young Tony, who's as old as I am, is running the place. Yeah. Tony was elected our class president in
He was.
in sophomore year.
Was there any collusion with the
Well, we're not
pizza?
talking. No. We won't go into how he won, but suffice it to say, he got more votes than anybody else. Anyway, he tells me that people are coming in and saying they're trying the Crystal on Forest pizza because they heard it on the show with no name. And we're glad to hear that. That means
That's right. People are listening.
People are listening, and we're making them hungry, which is good. Because if you're hungry,
That's the
can you
place
think
to
of
go.
a better place to go?
That's the place to go.
I'll tell you for sure, you will not be hungry when you walk out of there.
That's right.
Assuming you've paid your bill and
Eating all your meal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we always bring home half of it, so we do get 2 meals out of it, because there's no way you're going away hungry. And the food is, he made this eggplant for us. Wow. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, what's the name of the place? Crystal?
Tony Crystal's on Forest Sentai. Tony Sentai's Crystal on Forest.
That's the guy.
That's the guy.
That's the place.
Yep.
Be there. This is WCSS. You're on the air. Hello? No.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Whoa. Sorry, guys. All right.
Now, all these questions you come up with, are they all yours, or do you get help from the family?
They're mostly mine. I mean, I get help here and there, but
Do all the questions you ask, do you know the answers to?
about 99% of them, yeah. If I don't, I'll say I don't know the answer.
okay.
Just to,
Oh, I know what the one that got a lot of attention was the one about the Living Learning Center and the question was where
high school gonna-
where was the high
gonna
school
be?
supposed to be
that
built?
was the
Yeah.
one.
I don't know if we didn't mention this in the colloquy on your Facebook page, but when the school board decided to put the high school where it is now, it went to a vote. It had to go to a vote, and it went down. And the school board says, "Oh well, let's put it up for another vote." They put it up for another vote, and it went down again. And then they put it up for a third vote. They just would not take no for an answer. And that's why your high school was built in the swamp. That's how it came
That's
to be.
why it's built in the slot.
I was a kid. I was a dumb kid. You probably were pretty dumb too. It made absolutely no sense to us dumb kids why you would put the new high school
Out of the city.
out of the city where the fewest people lived in a swamp. On top of that, when you had all that area where you could have put it
Now,
where the existing school was.
if they had put the Living Learning Center there and it was a new high school, would it have gotten flooded with the flood?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No. Oh, are you talking? Well, we're talking two different things here because there were two Living Learning Centers. You're talking about the one that was right on the river,
Which is Ray Carpenter's.
Yeah, that would have absolutely been underwater.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the water was up to Guy Park Avenue during that Irene flood.
Yeah.
Yeah, in parts of the city, in the West End. So yeah, for sure, it would have been under. For sure, this whole school would have been under. Was that the one you were referring to, by the way?
No.
Which one were you referring?
The one on Division or
Yeah,
Wall
that
or-
would that I thought made sense. If
Yeah,
you're,
that's-
if you're going to
that's what I was
expand
referring
beyond
to.
the existing campus, they were going to put it. They were going to. You already had pretty nice area on Division Street.
There was enough room for it, so I mean.
and that was there was going to be a public theater and all that stuff and a new public square, and it was going to be like the new center of the city, and that made sense. Why they got rid of that?
Because it made sense.
And then you could walk from there to Lynch. I don't know. Made sense. Anyway, this is WCSS. You're on the air.
Yeah, this Amsterdam Waterfront Foundation.
Yeah.
The one that's putting on the Riverlink free concert
Right.
series.
Yeah, putting on the
Now,
Ritz.
where did they come from? Were they appointed? And mainly, where does their funding come from?
Well, that's an interesting question. Initially, it was set up to bypass the city for the purpose of financing the Riverlink Park. And it's a kind of so it was set up as an independent foundation, and I don't know who appointed the original members, and I think the new members appoint whoever's on there appoints the incoming members, because they're not appointed by the city. There's two.
And their funding, where does that come from?
Well, some of it
city or?
some of it was state funding, and I don't know who's funding it now. Initially, it was. State money from primarily from what do they call those member items from the legislators, with pork, which they got rid of. So I don't know where the funding is coming from now.
Well, I think we should figure that out, because maybe we could take that funding and put it into the parks for the kids instead of music for what I still call a handful of adults down there.
Well, they put on a good program, and
yeah, they do, but it's real difficult to get to. It's just not the perfect place. Let's face it.
It is not, and actually, I'm sorry to see that they've had what I think is a relatively poor turnout this year. At least the pictures I've seen don't seem to have very many people there, as in past years.
Yeah, well, it's getting no by year for people to get there, because, as you know, we slow down throughout the years. That's quite the hike.
It is.
Now, if we were to put this money into, say, the paving and the basketball hoops, we'd solve that problem.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know where the funding comes from. If you gentlemen could check into that, I'd surely appreciate it.
My previous experience with the Waterfront Foundation is they won't tell you how much money they have or where it comes from.
Oh, well, I'm not asking how much money they have, but if it's coming from tax dollars...
Well, if it's coming from the city coffers, we should know about that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they can't tell us we're not allowed to know where it comes from, especially if it comes from the city.
It's a very convoluted real estate arrangement down there. The canal... the canal...
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Well, when it gets convoluted, and we all know that the taxpayers' dollars are in fact paying for this, then maybe we can address it.
Well, somebody's taxpayer dollars are paying for it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Was that voted on or anything, or was that another mayor thing deal?
Well, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you gentlemen have a good morning.
All right. The convoluted real estate arrangement is that the Canal Corp owns the property. They lease it to the city, and the city subleases back a portion of the property to the Waterfront Foundation. And according to the original agreement, the foundation was supposed to be taking care of the care and maintenance of the park, and there would be no city involvement at all. Well, the city first gets stuck with a $100,000 bill for building the bridge from the mall, from the Riverfront Center to the park. It was supposed to be $1 million, ended up $1,100,000, so the city had to pay for that. We pay for all the electricity. The restaurant went up without state approval, and we pay for a good chunk of the maintenance of that. It's the Waterfront Foundation no longer takes care of the property. I guess the city is now taking care of that. So everything that we were told initially, but I think they still maintain the foundation, which is manned by good people, by the way, who volunteer their time. But that's maintained to keep up kind of a fake barrier, so it doesn't look like you're paying for it, but you are. This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Hi, if we could go back to the positioning of the high school. As I recall, Frank Persico was very against putting it in a swampy area.
Yeah.
He was the one voice of reason saying, what are you people thinking of?
Right, and unfortunately he didn't get a majority behind him until after the commitment was made to build the school. But you're right, yes.
Right, and I did answer Philip's question today with a photo of the old train station. I don't know if you checked Facebook or not.
Yes, I did.
But I got thinking, too, a long time ago I sent you the old home movies of the place down there, the train station, and our soldiers going off to war, people standing all over the roof. Philip might like to see that if you could dig it out. I'm not sure where my copy is at the moment.
Well, I know where my copy is. It's on YouTube, and I can send him the link, yeah.
Oh, great. I think he'd get a kick out of seeing that.
Yeah. Which picture did you post? The one that we remember train station, or the pre-1899 train station?
Oh, it must have been probably in the 50s.
Yeah, okay.
You know, but you could just see a little bit of it. It's mostly the waterfront there.
I saw your picture on Facebook today, too.
I know, it's very unusual. I get my picture on there. Usually I'm behind the camera.
That's right. So
somebody even commented, wow.
That was down at the garden on Vroman Avenue? Is that where you were?
Those nice bunch of kids, nice bunch of adults. We have wonderful times down there.
I want to hear what's growing.
My goodness, I posted all the pictures.
I know, but it was tiny when I saw it.
Big. There's corn, tomatoes, beautiful flowers.
Corn? Wow.
Yeah, I was
zucchini?
amazed by the size of the corn. It wasn't quite an elephant's eye size yet, but it's heading up there. But I just love that place. I hope more people get involved and back it up, you know, because it's a fun place.
So how many people are working this plot?
Oh, my goodness. I don't have a number, but at one point there were like 40 kids involved.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and Philip Lyford, of course, has been wonderful down there. And, it's just a great place. Come visit.
Okay.
Okay, well,
All right.
enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. The lovely Diane Hale-Smith. Well, wonderful photographer. We got some real good photographers in this town.
Yeah, we do.
You know, I should mention Jerry Scrocky, who continuously excels. The stuff he comes up with is just amazing. Here we go. This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
I'm just wondering about over there by the Five Corners behind the pit stop. Everybody says that you can't build there because it's like a love canal or something. What's going on with that?
Oh,
I know it's privately owned.
Oh, where the PNC used to be, you mean?
Yeah, I think I wasn't here then. I've only been here 5 years.
Oh, well, then you missed the whole you missed the whole thing. Well, originally that was a they called it the oil pond on the old maps. It was designed to provide a source of power for the Kellogg linseed oil factory, and eventually it was filled in. Not within my memory, but I think within my lifetime. I think it was filled in like in the late 50s or so, and that complex went up in the 60s. So the answer is I don't know. I don't know what's happening with it.
That's all right.
No, it doesn't look that great, but I don't know.
I know, and that's all paved too.
Yeah, somebody said that would make a great basketball court, and it would. It would. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, I was just kind of wondering because I live in that area, so.
By the way, Diane Hatzenbuehler and her work gang did a nice job cleaning up.
Yes, they
cleaning
did,
up that
and I'm wondering if the DPW is in charge of picking up all the brush now.
Yeah.
I do not know the answer, but I'm sure Diane will tell us.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend.
Oh, I hate getting stumped on questions. This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Morning, guys.
Hey.
Hey, I'm going to get on the basketball kick here again.
Sure.
It just went by that Edward Street where the old park was in between the mills there, like. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Sure I am. Sure I am. Petrucia Park.
Well, excuse me, what was it?
I'm calling it Petrucia Park because David Petrucia had it put in when he was in the 2 years he was alderman, and as soon as he left, the city shut it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just went by there, and it looks like, you know, besides the 10-inch grass growing around it, it's all fenced in. The gate is actually missing, but you have like a roughly maybe a 15 by 15 area that's blacktop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why can't you just take one of them hoops and set it over there, cut the grass, and let the kids play in that area?
Probably because for the same reason they shut it down in the first place. The neighbors will complain.
Yeah, but it's a park, and you know.
Well, they complained it was a park and shut it down. Yeah.
Well, I don't see how we're going to solve this issue with
well, you're not.
parks in the city.
It's not going to be solved. What makes you think it's going to be solved?
Because it's all NIMBY, not in my backyard.
I guess based on everything happening in the city, the way it's run, I guess it probably never will. But that's something you can set up within a week, in my eyes.
You could probably set it up in an afternoon. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Cut some grass, put the hoop up, and let them play in that area. At least that's one area they can go play ball in.
That's right.
And that's not going to cost the taxpayers much money. You just got to cut the grass and put a hoop up.
That's right.
Well, that's all. I just want to let the mayor know that that's a good area right there that won't take $32,000.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm just looking to try to save the city's money. I don't care where they spend it, but it just seems common sense to put one up there and not $32,000 in one park. You guys
agree.
have a good day.
I agree with you. Yeah. He's right. There's a lot of little neighborhood plots like that would serve as nice recreation areas in the summer and off-street parking in the winter.
Kill two. That'd work.
Yeah. That's what they used to do with the Milton Avenue school site.
They did.
And that's kind of all overgrown and miserable right now.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. You know, Gavin, back when you were one of the park people, that was kind of the golden era, wasn't it?
Yeah, we worked
we had
on Brookside.
There had to have been 8 or 10 staffed parks in those days. Yeah, all summer long. Some supervision. Parents could send their kids to the playground and knew they're,
Yeah,
somebody
they're going to get watched by me. Yeah,
That's right.
I felt good about that.
Yeah.
But and that was in the 60s and through a good part of the 70s.
Sure.
They were still staffed, and they had daily programs at each of the parks. You had the arts and crafts lady come through, and
snow cone truck a couple times a day.
Oh, that was the best. Next to the ice cream at Chrysalon Forest, that was the best thing to have. Absolutely.
Grape, orange, cherry, lemon, lime, blue raspberry, or any combination thereof.
Blue raspberry was the best.
I think so too. It's like summer in a bottle.
Yeah. Popcorn was a little shaky, but the snow cones are great.
You don't know what we paid for that popcorn.
Whatever it was, you were overcharged.
No, it was. We'd get these huge bags down in Albany, pre-popped and wrapped in brown paper. I mean, they're as tall as you, the bags. Mm-hmm. And I think we paid either $2 or $2.50 a bag. In other words, if you went to the movie theater, you'd pay more for a small bag of popcorn than we paid for this one that we used all week. However, when the vandals, stole a snow cone truck and spilled the juice and the popcorn all over the back, and it's all sugar and popcorn, and it's, it had its drawbacks.
I bet. But that was so great. Everybody looked forward to having it come through every day. And then at night, you'd come through the
15 cents.
You'd come through for the softball games.
We only charged a quarter at special events, like the Fonda Speedway. We charged a quarter. 15 cents a snow cone. Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
It was great. Blue raspberry was my favorite too.
Yeah.
And I could have all I wanted.
Sure.
I was a snow cone man.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Those were great days. That's how I met my wife.
Well, there's an advantage to everything.
Yeah. A lot of good park people I met over the years too. Gavin and I have been friends since what, 5th grade? You were in 4th grade. I was in 5th grade. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But we were in the same class together.
We were in the same class together. Yeah. I don't know if one of us was advanced or one of us was declined, but
we're both here.
But we're both here.
How far in advance do you plan your questions?
Maybe
or just wake up in the morning and
20
say,
minutes
ooh,
ahead?
20 minutes?
Well, no, sometimes I think of them before, like the night before, or sometimes I just write down a list of them like a week before, or I don't know.
And does your partner, Mr. Labatt, contribute anything to this? Or?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
He had one on yesterday, didn't he?
No, I haven't. He might have. I don't know. Maybe.
This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Yes, Bob. This is Sammy Pep.
Hey.
This morning they were talking about Harmon Field.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And but nobody brought up about the pool.
That's true.
It was a cement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a cement pool.
Yeah.
And it was fed from the
Bun Creek.
The water.
Yeah.
Supply thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had to use any chemicals in because there was an overflow and it was constantly running.
Yeah.
And they had a dance hall in there too.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a dance hall at Harmon Field. Yeah.
Well, there was a place to change.
Sam, do you remember when there was a cave at Harmon's Field that little kids could go into? Was that before your time?
I go back quite a ways.
Well, the city filled it in so to keep the kids from going in.
Did they fill the pool in?
No, the pool is still there. The pool is still there. They just knocked the dam down. Yeah, so it flows freely through, and they closed it, I think, in '59.
Carmen Mercadani that just passed away a month ago. It was a lifeguard there, and that place was busy. We had maybe 30,000 people in the city, and that place was loaded every day.
Sure.
And we used to walk, from the West End we
Yeah.
cut up through the middle school is now, and make our way up there. And then they had a trolley trestle
Yeah.
to go.
You don't remember
Over
that,
there.
do you?
Yeah, and we went across one day, and there was
Really?
there was a tie missing, and I almost fell there. I was right over the middle of it, and guys are grabbing my shirt, and I made up all right, but I never went over there again. I'll tell you.
Holy mackerel!
But that was a busy place. They had a basketball court there too.
Yeah, that was a concrete basketball court. It wasn't asphalt. It was
I don't know,
concrete.
there wasn't too much.
Hey, Sam, who had the best two-handed set shot at the Harmon Field basketball court?
Probably Costa Lazaro.
Oh, I would have thought it was you. Yeah, probably Costa Lazaro. Everything was Costa Lazaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tony Fabozzi, but he was over in the Fifth Ward playground.
Oh, okay. He played for Siena later on, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they used to have the boat races. 1938, I think. The last I remember, and I used to stay over at my grandmother's, and I'd go to the playground, and the speedboats used to enter at the playground there, but it was a place they could, get their boats in order, and they used to go down. I think they went around east around the. There's an island there.
Yeah.
And they go all the way around and down to the West End locks.
Wow.
And I called the program one time telling them about that, because when they got that bridge there and everything, and maybe with the skidoos today they could make races. So what do they call it?
Yeah, Sea-Doos. Yeah. Yeah.
The ones they have now.
Sea-Doos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They could use those and have races with those. But the ace come from all over, and people used to sit along the
Bank of the river. Yeah.
the banks and watch, and they'd be loaded up watching.
Well, I'll tell you that thing they do down at Jumpin' Jacks with the
water skis.
Water ski shows. That's terrific. That draws a big crowd all the time.
Yeah.
We should have something.
I mean, that's something that they could with the river. They could get races again,
Sure.
like they do in a winter with the snowmobiles on the lake and all that. They could have races in the summer, and there was a lot of boat traffic in those days too. But I don't know how but it never interfered with the races.
Wow.
But,
okay.
But the Harmon Field thing, that was didn't cost a lot of money, and there was no charge.
Yeah, right.
Days.
Right.
And it wasn't a lot of money because they didn't, the stuff was cleaning itself out.
Right.
And so that's about it. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sammy.
All right. Bye-bye.
The old swimming hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until the cow run off from up creek got the better of it.
Wow. Well, whoever got sick, anyways.
A lot of people.
Did they?
That's why they closed it. Let's have polio epidemics.
Well, that wasn't here.
Well, they would shut that pool down when
Yeah,
there was
they did.
during the polio
I
epidemic.
think that was it. After that, they never opened up again.
Yeah. Oh, another call. This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Gavin.
Hey.
Morning, sir.
Oh, the last caller reminded me of something. I heard that they used to have tug-of-wars across the river.
Oh, I never heard that. I could see it though. What the heck?
That would be something to see. I don't know if it was here, Canajoharie, but I remember hearing it up around here.
Well, Jarrett could anchor the south side.
Yeah, I kind of remember it was between the sheriff, department and the fire department or something like that.
They used to have it up at the Tribes Hill Church Festival. They would have it every year, and they'd have all the local fire departments, the volunteer fire departments come up and compete. They'd have the county sheriff, they have the city policeman up there. And I remember Bill Case used to be the anchor quite often on the Amsterdam end of the rope.
Little Billy Case.
Little Billy Case. That was before he wrestled the bear.
Yeah. Before he wrestled the bear.
Before he wrestled the bear, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, kind of brought back that thought.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Take care.
Yeah, Bill Case wrestling the bear is a true story. True story with Fonda Fair, I think, right? Wasn't it? Or was it somewhere else?
I don't know if it's a fair or...
Hey, who's the toughest guy here? He won. He beat the bear.
Beat the bear. Yeah.
He was tough. He was built like a fire plug.
Yeah.
Did I mention that he was the bat boy for the
Yes, you did.
Strumsky team? Yeah.
That was in what year was that?
1955.
Oh.
55. You know, it was the year Bigelow Sanford moved out, but Bigelow Sanford had closed by then, but we still held the Babe Ruth state championships right here.
Yeah, a lot of the people are still here then.
And I believe there was an Amsterdam team. Yeah, there was an Amsterdam team in the tournament because they did pretty well because they played the consolation game. Yeah, well, you had a lot of good athletes.
Yeah.
How old were you in 1955, Philip?
About like 20, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Right? Yeah.
Phillip Tambasco, teen historian, is our special guest today. He knows all things Amsterdam, and what he doesn't know, he's learning from us. Not learning from us other things that he didn't know, but how to fake it.
Yep.
How to dance.
Yeah. And yeah, Philip's sister's here too, but she doesn't talk.
Is she a historian as well?
Nope.
Yeah.
Is she your driver though?
Oh yeah.
So how long before you get your permit, Philip?
November.
This November? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Get off the street.
You better.
Protect the women and children.
Wow. Wow. Anyway. So let's see. What do we... that whole high school thing is... You know, they said there wasn't enough room to put it on the Lynch site. And of course, just a few years later, they doubled the size of Lynch.
Yeah.
And you know, started taking classrooms from the elementary schools.
They moved them over there for the 6th grade.
Yeah. And they're, you know, they could still put the high school up there. There'd still be room. Yeah. I don't know. You're on the school board. What do you think?
We've invested quite a bit of money where the high school is. Today.
Yeah.
I think
2 or 3 times over, right? You've built, rebuilt
They've
it.
had a lot of construction up there, and truly, it feels like a school up there now. When I was principal, we still had those metal walls and that pea green walls. It really felt more like a warehouse than a school. But with the addition that is put on there and the interior work and the upgrades they put, it really feels like a school. The classrooms are beautiful.
I mean, you got like real walls up there now?
There's real walls up there now, yeah.
It doesn't look like a penitentiary?
No. Since I've left as warden up there, it's turned into a school.
Wow.
Yeah. It's real nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gavin's on the school board.
Oh yeah, I know.
Used to be the principal at
I know that too.
Amsterdam High School.
I've been board of school for a long time.
Well, okay. This is WCSS. You're on the air. Hello.
Bob, this is Vito Tambasco.
Oh, Vito Tambasco. Tell us about that game you were in.
Yeah, I batted against Dizzy Dean that game.
Dizzy Dean was in that game too. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I batted against him.
How'd you do?
I didn't get a hit, but I hit him hard.
Now, how did guys like Dizzy Dean and Hal Schumacher end up in Amsterdam?
Well, you got to remember, Alex Isabel was doing a lot of things back.
Yes, he was the recreation director.
Yeah, and he
knew everybody.
Yeah, he was pretty influential.
Yeah.
So,
He had,
So
he had the
I played for
connections.
St. Mary's back then. And there was a bunch of us from St. Mary's on that team, and the rest were high school.
So it was an all-star from the two schools. Huh?
Yes. It was from
And
both
so
schools.
does he still have his stuff in those days, or what?
Oh yeah. Oh no, he threw hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were, we could swing at that stage in life. We could swing. We were, 17, 18 years old, and we played enough baseball.
Wow.
But I was a little concerned when he was pitching. yeah, I was worried. He was a big guy.
Yeah,
That was pre-batting helmet, too.
and,
yeah, it was before batting helmet days, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun at the time. I remember. I enjoyed it.
Wasn't
And
shooting.
there were a lot of good ball players too back then. I had
Sure were.
one of my players I played with gave me the box score about 5 years ago.
Oh, so you have not been carrying that in your wallet since 1951?
No, about 5 years.
Okay.
5 years in my life.
Okay.
So he gave me the box score, and I kept it, and I just put it in my wallet, and all of a sudden I just pulled it out the other day for.
And all of a sudden, you got a grandson who's a teen historian. So
Yeah. I guess that's probably why I pulled it out.
Yeah.
And I tried to explain to him.
All right.
There were a lot of.
Listen.
I don't know. You didn't see the list of guys, did you?
Yeah.
We
Sure
seen
we
the
did.
box
Yeah.
score.
I
Yeah.
put the picture up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And tell Jimmy that Jerry Isabel gave me the name Jippo.
Okay. There you go.
Jerry
He's not
Isabel.
listening.
I didn't hear him.
He gave me the name.
All right.
Okay.
Vito, repeat that because Jim wasn't listening.
Jerry Isabel, Pup Isabel, gave me the name Jippo.
Why?
It was named after some character. I don't know where he got it from, but it was a character.
a cartoon character, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And he gave me the name.
Well, there you go.
One of the
Yeah. And I don't know, I was about 8 years old at the time.
All right, Grandpa Tambasco, our regards to Mary, and we've run overtime here, so we got to let you go.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. All right, Vito Tambasco, grandfather to famous teen historian Phillip Tambasco, and we're actually way over time here. You're listening to WCSS 1490 in Amsterdam, New York. We'll be back on Friday with the second iteration of the show for the week. Apparently, we'll be doing that regularly from now on, 2 days a week, Tuesday and Friday. So, on behalf of Phillip Tambasco, Gavin Murdoch, Jim Nikosha, and Philip's sister. That's it for the show with no name, and this is WCSS 1490 in Amsterdam, New York.